We are therefore declaring a national state of disaster to respond to the electricity crisis and its effect. The Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs has just gazetted the declaration of the state of disaster, which will begin with immediate effect. Now, I will appoint a Minister of Electricity in the Presidency to assume full responsibility for overseeing all aspects of the electricity crisis response. You better listen, including the work of the National Energy Crisis Committee. Now, the Minister will focus full-time on the work with the Eskom board and the management on ending load shedding and ensuring that the Energy Action Plan is implemented without delay.
My take is that he has said nothing except declaring the state of disaster, of course, which is unfair, and also talking about the Minister of Electricity, which does not make sense. Because we don't feel that there should be a state of disaster because there's a problem with one department. What if there's a problem with Denel? Is he going to declare another state of disaster? What if there's a problem with the PRASA? You see, just like the Minister of Electricity. What if there's a problem with municipality? In fact, there is a problem already. Is he going to have the Minister of Municipalities? Minister of Trains, if there's a problem with PRASA? It will never make sense. It is also disturbing that the President did not want to mention Syria by its name and can only mention Turkey because he fears his Western handlers are going to be angry, so he can't mention Syria. It does not make sense. He said nothing. It's rhetoric as it is to be.
Well, you always expect what the EFF done at the start of the SONA could be other presidents up to this point. But it was for the first time that they charged, they went to the stage. Remember, at the stage, there was a head of the state, there was a president, there were presiding officers. You can't just go there uninvited. But besides, we have a history in this country where the Prime Minister was killed inside the chamber. Doesn't matter what time was it. So you pull together all those histories and you work on them. It's unfortunate that it happened, but I'm very proud with the response that the police did there and to restore order quick and fast. We wish it could not have happened, but something new that has never happened before it happened. So if you see new things, you will also expect the new responses. It was a new response that the protection of the president had to act. I just imagine if they hadn't and something happened, where would have been as the South African police. But also, the constitution is very clear. It doesn't matter where. Yes, there is a different arm of government, but even in your house, when you are in danger, the police jump. That's what the Constitution 205 says, to say we protect, we combat criminality, we protect the inhabitants and we enforce the law. That's what happened today.
We want specific interventions around Eskom. What you've done now by declaring a national state of disaster is open the floodgates again to the same looting, maladministration that we saw during the COVID-19. What we wanted was for Eskom to be specifically exempted from localization requirements, from some of the obstacles to employing international experts within Eskom, and of course being able to get out of the terrible procurement trap of the coal contract. You don't need to declare a national state of disaster to do that. You could ring-fence it around Eskom and exempted them from those. All you're doing now is opening the floodgates once again to more looting, more corruption, more abuse of funds, just as we saw during COVID-19.
I think the issues of concern from people is load shedding, is poverty, is unemployment, is the issues of crime. Those are the issues that we would hope that there is a way of addressing them. And so our expectation for this country is that those matters are priority for everybody. And so we believe that those should be on the agenda and the state of
details, but areas of action that needs to be followed up. He also led by example the issue of load shedding, the detail he gave, and the decisions that he has made to strengthen the fight against load shedding, including appointing a dedicated Minister of Electricity in his office. That is something that is very important. He also then addressed many issues relating to the economy, the need to grow and develop our economy. Of course, on my side, I also welcome the emphasis that he put on skills development today. The issue of strengthening TVET college education, strengthening TVET colleges, targeting TVET college graduates who have been unemployed, that they get given work exposure. He gave us a task of 10,000. Last year, we reached just close to 11,000, even beyond the target. And then he has set another 20,000 for this coming year, which we must actually place in order to be able to provide the skills. And also, most importantly, the expansion of artisan trade, his firmness and support for that, including also the 800 million rands that's going to come from one of my agencies, the National Skills Fund, to train young people in digital skills, because digital skills are very important today. So that is, but also it's not just training them and then leaving them there. It's digital skills training that is linked to employment opportunities as well. We are also, I must say, embarking on an extensive exercise with the Minister of Small Business Development to support what the President is actually saying, to train small business into entrepreneurship skills, in networking, so that we are able to grow the sector, because small business actually can absorb a lot of people to be able to make meaningful and sustainable livelihoods for themselves, and that in itself also needs to be supported by skill. We are working with Minister Ndabeni Abrahams now, immediately over the next 2 years,